Welcome to Glen Farm, the home of the Newport International Polo Series, now in its 25th season. Introduced to you the Italian team, and in the blue, the USA team. We want some polo. We need something to warm us up. It's cold, it's wet. Tessa's having a little trouble with the paint pony. In comes the ball, and Miss Rhode Island's moving quickly off the field, as are the players, and very quickly Marco, the number 4. Wow, look at Marco going strong. Marco going very strongly indeed, the number 4 for Italy. Unfortunately, the ball bounces, but he's backed up brilliantly by Massimo. Massimo sends the ball right at the US goal. It's still in play. Chip Stiegler gets a little backhand off the back line, as does Peter Freeman. Unfortunately, they're all stopped on the ball. Sticks in the air as the players appeal, and it doesn't. The umpires have blown their whistle. It looks like the dark blue USA team are retreating behind their goal line, so that would indicate that it'll be a foul in favor of Italy, and it is indeed. It's a 30-yard penalty, so 30 yards from the goal mouth, and it's an open penalty, so the USA team are behind the goal line and away from the goal mouth. And it looks like we've got Marco just teeing up the ball. He wants to make sure it's sitting nicely, not in a divot, not in a hoof print. Very quick start by the Italians. It must be that pasta lunch they had. So the number 4, Marco. He's got no pressure. He's got the one shot, so he can just walk at it. And he does, and he sends the first shot through the goal, and Italy take the lead, 1-0. Italy will now be going up towards the scoreboard, and the US team down towards the pony lines where the ponies come on and off the field. So now Jimmy DeAndres rolls the ball in. It pops out in favor of Italy again. Massimo tries to get hold of it, doesn't manage it. Where are we at the moment? Chip Stiegler gets the backhand. Peter Freeman trying to gallop onto it, but back there is Marco. They hook each other's sticks and take themselves out of it. But we got Sam Clements tries to get the backhand, but Massimo gets the better of him. Massimo, the number 3, and the ball bounces over the boards. So the umpire, Dan Keating, will come over and throw the ball in, and up in front of him, in it comes. Chip trying to get it. Sam couldn't get it, and the number 4, Marco's on it very quickly, as is Massimo. Massimo going under the neck, doesn't connect. The number 2, Matteo's there. Matteo's just turning the ball around. He's going to run over it as Chip Stiegler hooks his stick. Peter Freeman can't get to it either. And Matteo's still fighting for it, and Chip gets a little shot. But coming back quickly is the number 3, Massimo. Massimo, he's backed up by Matteo. Massimo going all the way around on that grey pony. I think it's Sugar. I'm not sure. We'll check. And Matteo backing him up. So on the back line, it's still in play. Peter Freeman gets the near side backhander. Sam Clements trying to get to it, but he's been ridden off by Massimo. Over on the far side, the number 4, Marco, trying to turn it around. It's a bit of a slow game at the moment. It's not muddy yet, but you might think it was. And where is it? The number 3 for Italy sends a big shot into the pack. Doesn't work for him. And finally, Michel gets the ball going forward for Team USA. Doesn't get the second shot, but he's backed up by Chip. Chip, get a big shot. Here he goes. USA for the first time today over the halfway line. Chip still going. 2 Italians, though, waiting for him. Chip still going. The ball's bouncing. He got the shot, though. Well done, Chip. It was bouncing. It was difficult. It's just... Oh, is it still in play? Looks like it might still be in play. A great backhander by Matteo, though. Waiting for it. Chip Stiegler again. He's all over the place. Hopefully the rest of the US get going like Chip is. And the whistles go. So the main foul is, and if you're traveling along that line of the ball, you're basically on the main road. The ball creates its own main road in the direction it is traveling. So if you're on that main road, you have the right to the ball. And if somebody comes in from a side road, for example, and infringes your right, that is a penalty. Most of the penalties in polo are for the protection of the ponies. We don't particularly care about the players. You can always get another player, but you can't get another pony. We love the ponies here. So it is indeed an infringement in favor of Team USA. It's a 30-yard penalty, so Italy have to be behind the goal line. And it looks like the number 3, yep, it is Sam Clements. And somehow Sam missed the goal mouth. Those goal mouths are 8 yards apart to send it wide. Almost harder to miss. Anyway, so the Italians hit the ball in from the back line, trying to get up the field. At the back, Sam Clements, a good backhand into the middle. Chip Stiegler turns onto it very quickly. Didn't manage to cut the ball like he would wish. And Marco Elsa in defence. Marco's going to go under the neck, bounce it on the boards, turn up the field now. Come on, Marco. He's backed up by Massimo and Matteo. Chip manages to get under the neck. Who's turned onto it? Well played there, Michel. Brilliant from Michel. But he is definitely well wide of the goal as well. He went under the neck and put a couple of attempts at the back line of Italy by the US. And bringing the ball in is Marco. Tries to find one of his other fellow Italians, but Michel Nasir is there. Michel has another go at the under the neck. It looks to be running good this time. Two Italians miss it. Chip Stiegler parks on top of it. There could be a whistle any minute now. Yep. So as you can imagine, if you're driving along the main road and there's an 18-wheeler parked on top of the ball, that would be a foul. And Chip did the impression of the 18-wheeler as he stopped. It would probably be a penalty from the spot in favour of Italy. Unfortunately, I think Chip got a bit excited. The ball was right in front of the goal mouth. He didn't have a play, but he just couldn't help himself. So, who have we got? We've got Massimo now for Italy. Massimo taps the ball in. He's going to try and find one of his fellow Italians. He sends the ball up. It looks like Matteo could be onto it. But a great backhand by Sam Clements. One of the best shots of the day so far. Turning onto it quite quickly is Michel Nasir, but he's taken out of it by Massimo. And now backing up Massimo, brother Marco. Marco sends it onto the boards. He's called off of it by Massimo. Massimo takes control. Nobody giving him pressure at the moment. There goes the ball. It's going up. And Sam Clements needs to get to it. Well played, Sam Clements. Peter Freeman turning. Come on, Peter, let's go. Peter cuts it. Oh, he doesn't quite get the cut he wanted. Chip Stiegler back him up. You've got to keep moving, Peter. And well played, Chip Stiegler passes the ball in front of Peter. Peter cuts it beautifully towards goal. Good looking shot that. In defence. Oh, the Italians have left it. Oh, what a great backhand by the number 2, Matteo. Who's going to be there first? It looks like Sam Clements. Sam Clements gets the backhand, but it's met beautifully by Matteo. Matteo brings it out of defence for Italy. Oh, it doesn't quite get the second shot. Sam Clements does another backhand. And where are we now? The great pony, Massimo. Massimo doesn't get it what he wanted, and Chip Stiegler's going towards goal again. Chip can't get the shot. And the reason why Chip couldn't get the shot was Massimo's pony had drifted across the line and was across the ball, so Chip couldn't play the ball. So it was an infringement by Italy, and another penalty opportunity for the US. And the whites behind the goal line and away from the goal mouth. It looks like Sam Clements. One miss and you're removed from duties. So we have the number 4, Peter Freeman, in the light blue helmet, taking this penalty. Horse not too happy. Oh, Peter makes Sam's miss look good. Oops. So the Italian team will take over where the ball is at the moment. And Massimo brings the ball into play. Sends a strong shot up over the halfway line to Marco. Marco on the near side. Marco on the offside. Doesn't get it. Chip straight over the top of it. A good hook by Michel. Tessa has a swing at it. Oh, look at that coming through Massimo. What a lovely shot by Massimo. Under pressure from 2 USA players. But the ball goes well wide with 1:20 to go in the first chukker. A bad game of polo, and this is the first chukker. It always gets quicker. Umpire's called play. Sam Clements brings the ball in. He goes across the face of his goal, sends a Chip lofted shot to Chip. Chip is ridden off though by Massimo. Chip has a little touch on it, not much. Matteo brings the ball across the field to Massimo. Massimo under the neck on the grey pony. Passes it up to himself. And look at that from him, but in defence, Michel Nasir off the cane, beautifully hit. Chip Stiegler at speed. Come on, Chip, let's go. Chip opening up again. Chip making a run. Go, Chip, go, Chip. Come on, Chip. Oh, and Marco comes across Chip, but he gets away with it. 30-second bell about to go. Let the players know it's coming. Well, good defensive play by Marco. A nice backhand pass by Peter Freeman, picked up by Michel. Michel, you got time. It's looking good right now, but Massimo's back in defence. Michel, can you put it through? Can he? Oh, and I think that Sam Clements scores. Michel sort of put it within 6 inches. It's 1-1. The US deserve that for sure. I'd like to say they've been peppering the goal, but they haven't. They've been peppering the back line, though. And there goes the second bell to end the first chukker. 1-1. Well played. Break. If you can imagine, the pony runs about 1.5 to 2 miles per chukker. They are very